Hello children, welcome to the class. Yesterday we have discussed a lot regarding the development and all. Yes, so I have sent the PDF regarding the textbook children. You can refer once again. Those who have not downloaded it, please download it. And we have to bear this type of situations because until and unless the outgoing 10th class children will complete their exam on 26th and 29th of June, textbooks will not be available to you. And I came to know that the textbooks are available in the stationaries children. If so, I already told you all the importance of having a new textbook with 10th class children because you will have bits or 1 mark questions. So for that, if you underline on your own while reading the textbook, it will be more effective than referring a book which is being used by someone. Okay, so for this reason I insist you children to buy new textbooks. Okay, so now coming back to this ideas of development lesson, I must have told you about income and all. Income and goal. Goal means to achieve your goal, to earn more money, to have a better life. Okay, and then I told you about GDP also. Then I told you about primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sectors also. And then I told you all, children, please go through the PDF and I want you to write down the meaning definitions of these words, children, like either it is literacy rate or it can be infant mortality rate or net attendance rate. Okay, so what is HDI? Why is it used? HDI is by using some criteria, it is helpful to compare countries, developed countries and underdeveloped countries. Okay, so here we need to know, like see, even if you happen to observe in page number 19 you have a box, children, that will give you an idea. And again in page number 23 also you have a box. Comparison between countries is given in various aspects. So and then while telling about development, there is also a box in 21 page where they have given you like comparative data of selected states. Comparative data of selected states means like for Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Bihar they have given. And in this, infant mortality rate is less in some states and high in some states. Okay, at the same time, Bihar is low in literacy rate. We all know that. Yes or no? So in that way, if you compare, if it is less in literacy rate, it might be high in some others. Remember one thing, literacy rate should be high, infant mortality rate should be low. Understood? This is related to death rate. Okay, so if literacy is more, automatically infant mortality rate will be less because literacy leads to development, children. And in developed countries, automatically health facilities will be more, and if health facilities are more, infant mortality rate will be less. And once again I am repeating, children, what is infant mortality rate? Infants means children below 1 year are called infants. Mortality rate means death rate. So children who are born alive, who die below the age of 1 year is called infant mortality rate. The number of children who die below the age of 1 year is called infant mortality rate. Okay, again there is one more box in page number 23 that is related to Asian countries. In certain aspects they have compared with India countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Myanmar, Bangladesh and Nepal, all our neighboring countries. Okay, so these countries, per capita income, life expectancy at birth. Per capita income, I told you, it is the average of income of people. And how to get that? Yesterday I told you, by calculating national income divided by population, you will get per capita income. Okay, and then life expectancy at birth. from the time of birth to what like estimation of people to what extent they can live. And then literacy rate, I told you, what is literacy? The knowledge of reading and writing any language is called literacy. Okay, and then human development index. Human development index is nothing but by comparing all these, you will come to know the development of a particular state. So human development index is used as a criteria by using all these aspects. Okay, so when you compare Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Myanmar, Bangladesh and Nepal, rank children, remember, don't see the number, because Nepal is 149, Pakistan is 150, India is 130, and at the same time Sri Lanka is 76. So immediately you will tell whichever is high number, you will tell the human development index is high there. No children, rank means first rank is great or 10th rank is great. So rank means Sri Lanka stands first. So after you get this PDF file or after you get this textbook, just compare in what aspects is India low when compared to Sri Lanka, because among these countries Sri Lanka is highest. So when we compare India, in what aspects is India low, in what aspects India has to improve, that we need to know. But due to this corona, everything went upside down. Now throughout the world, almost all the countries are being hit by COVID virus, isn't it? So now what we have to do is, maybe most of the questions for you will be related to these instances, like which are related to corona. Okay, so now come back, and even definitions are also given. I want you to make a note of them, and how to write in the classwork and all, I will let you know. Okay, so we will see to what extent we are going to have classes like this, and if it is going to prolong till more than a month, then even for giving notes also we will see some other alternative, so that you will complete your notes. Okay, and regarding the Himachal Pradesh, why literacy rate is more in Himachal Pradesh? Yesterday I told you the most effort made by women has placed Himachal Pradesh in a good position, because it was not developed much earlier. But now when you compare, it is highly developed, because what happens is the importance given to education is very, very great, because not only women, children, even the schools. Now we compare our government schools. People don't like to go to a government school because they feel that their children might not get proper education. But in Himachal Pradesh, all the facilities were being provided by government, and they started spending 2005 rupees per student, whereas other states were spending only 1049 rupees. And moreover, not only the infrastructure, but also books, meals, or even in most government schools will be observing that proper benches will not be there, electricity will not be there, or proper teachers will not be there. Now and then we'll be seeing in newspapers that all the subjects will be dealt with one teacher, like that. But here it was not there. Proper teachers, cleanliness, even providing of washrooms for boys and girls, and then proper trained teachers, and then books, everything was provided. Okay, and now you see that, you read in the textbook, then you will understand, because it can be an example for other states too. So if that much of effort is taken by the government, and everything is cannot be done by government, we people also should cooperate. So if with the cooperation of people, if governments come forward to develop government schools, then automatically literacy rate will be increased even in all the states, including Bihar. So it is like a comparison. Literacy is the step for development. Okay, children, so these you compare. And then I also told you the regarding the dropouts. Why dropouts are more in girls, we discussed yesterday. Just because either maybe the people are the parents are moving to another place temporarily, or maybe the elder girl child has to look after the siblings means the younger ones when the parents go out for work. Okay, so all these are taken into consideration, and then the girl childs become dropouts. It doesn't mean sometimes there is temporary migration and seasonal migration, which you will be learning in next classes. So what will happen next lessons? So here what is happening is dropouts will be those children of migrant families. Migrant families means out of the whole year, for few months they'll go to some other states for work. Now we are seeing, at present we are seeing so many people, thousands, lakhs of people moving from one state to another because they have gone in search of work to those states. And now because of lockdown and all, they are coming back to their own places. So we see so many children, they don't have schools, but temporarily for few months they have gone. And then again they will come back. No school will admit that type of children. So they become dropouts. Okay children, so continuation of this is in the third lesson. Okay, so like that what will happen in the third lesson, we will have a comparison again. Now I told you what is a primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. In the same way, there is comparison between these three sectors in the name of organized and unorganized sectors. Understood? So here also these pics also I will be keeping children as PDF files, and you will be knowing, and that lesson is production and employment. Before going into that lesson, I want you children to write down the definitions of these words which I have told you. Go through the lesson. Then you will understand. Any doubts are there, you can message to me so that we can discuss in the class, so that it will be clarified to all the other children also. And moreover, before starting the third lesson, I want you children to be totally having knowledge about the three sectors, the occupational structural sectors, that is primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, because in the third lesson, production and employment. Now you all know what is production, where production takes place. Okay, so and one more thing I have told you, maybe whether you remember or not, I don't know, because the first two sectors produce goods, and the third sector, that is service sector or the tertiary sector, renders service. It does not produce goods. So this is the main difference between the two sectors. Understood? So here clear-cut division is given, and there is a shift. You are given pie charts, you are given tables, in tabular form also it is given, and a clear-cut discussion is given why there is a shift from agricultural sector to industrial sector and from industrial sector to service sector. Or supposing if there is a shift, the percentage of people depending on agriculture is less at present when compared to 10 years back. So how to analyze the pie charts and all, we will be seeing in the next class. But as of now, I told you, you read the lesson, take some time, put some interest and write down the definitions. Okay children, thank you.